Okay, so I've been wanting to make a Homestuck fan game for a while now. I went through Homestuck.net's list of Homestuck desktop games, but most of them seem to be proofs of concept or just overall really short games. There's also the Genesis project, but I'm not about to try and make a burp simulator, so in the meantime I decided to edit some sprite sheets I made for a game I never finished and make the 4 beta kits. I live streamed most of the process and it was an overall nice experience. After they were done, I decided to make a pixel art version of John's room, to make a small mockup of how it will actually look in a game. I put everything in Godot, and I had John moving in his room. Still not enough to make a fun game though, but then it hit me. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 12th of April 2009, is the day before this young man's birthday. The Homestuck epilogues and Homestuck 2 have been getting a lot of hate. I personally don't love them, but I don't hate them either. So I figured, what if I make a prologue to the story? That seems like a cool concept, I think. So I made a small intro, trying to mimic the original MSPA website with a short text, and after you start the game, the actual playable area expands and takes the whole screen. I made this using a viewport and a canvas layer. After that, I decided it would be a good idea to implement the PesterChim conversations. I just used a bunch of Godot's really powerful UI nodes, added some messy code to load the conversations from an external JSON file, so that each entry will generate a new label node. I also added some other stuff, like an audio stream player that plays the PesterChim notification sound every time John gets a message, and a check that changes John's animation to a typing one if the game detects the next JSON entry corresponds to him. And after all that was done, I decided to make the Sylladex inventory system. Since the character's fetch modi is already based on data structures, I figured it would be relatively straightforward to make. And I was kind of right. I quickly made an UI and a sprite for the CAPTCHA log cards. I then made an array to hold the relevant data of each item in the Sylladex as a dictionary. Right now, it just holds the name of the object, a reference to the node, and the sprite texture, which then uses to populate the CAPTCHA log card from the inventory UI. If you try to pick up an item while your inventory is full, the item of the last card will be ejected, just like in the comic. And that's all for now. I think I'll try to implement a way to switch characters, since I already have sprite sheets for everyone, but I'll leave that for another time.